Welcome to Rickard's High School. This is Irish Bill with Seminole Bob. We're at a rather soggy Rickard's High School tonight. Navarre on the road. For the second time here early on. They'll be back-to-back next week as they head over to Tate next Friday night. We're here at Rickard's High School, and we navigated across I-10. Got into Tallahassee about 4 o'clock. Tried to find some place to eat. That didn't happen really very well. Did it, Bob?
Negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern was empty.
Right now we are holding umbrellas over the equipment. Mother Nature has decided to cry a little tear on us this evening. But we're going to do the best that we can to bring you this game tonight here at Rickard's High School in Tallahassee, the capital city of Florida. Very happy place right now after that Sunday night game, Bob.
Oh, of course it is. But a couple years back, they did have a big win over North Carolina.
So once you log on tonight, remember this is 6:30 Eastern time right now that we started the pregame. 7 o'clock Eastern time, 6 o'clock start time back on Navarre time. And it's Raiders on the road wearing their white jerseys tonight, the road jerseys with the maroon pants, maroon numbers, black helmet with the Raiders on the side. The Rickard's Raiders come out in I'm not really sure, Bob.
That's gray tops, yellow helmets with a Raider, because they're also the Raiders. Blue pants with Raiders down the side, and there you go.
And the Raiders come in suffering a 39-9 setback last week to state-ranked Pine Forest, 39-9. Rickards comes into this game losing to Fleming Island 51-20 this past Friday night. So Rickards comes in 0-2, Navarre 1-1. This is the first time in history that these two teams have met on the gridiron. And a little bit of history tonight, Bob.
Yeah, I'm sure distance has a lot to play with it in the last 2 years.
Well, we have played Childs. We have played Leon. We have yet to play Godby.
In the last 2 years, I know Leon County teams were forbidden to travel outside the county. They could host somebody from out of county, but they could not travel. The COVID precautions.
But I want to thank the athletic director here for allowing us to come over and do the game tonight. And I'm trying to keep everything dry here, so if I'm a little off kilter, that's the reason why right now. But hopefully we'll get things squared away here, and Mother Nature will quit crying a little bit. I mean, come on. It's the football. It's Friday night. You aren't supposed to cry at football games.
You notice nothing is wrong with your TV set. It is a blue synthetic turf.
But it is not rubber chips. It is actually wood chips.
Yeah, when I went down before the game just a little while ago, and when a carpet starts to deteriorate, they put those rubber balls down, right? Right,
correct.
Bill? Okay.
Correct.
They didn't do that. They put wood chips, but they're not sticking up or anything.
It's a beautiful field.
Oh, it is. And I think it's going to provide a slick track. Navarre's going to have to keep an eye on their cuts and stuff, because it was slick just walking on it without any rain, much less the sprinkles. We can do with rain. We can't do with lightning.
No lightning. Come on.
One of their staff mentioned they had a 2-hour delay the other night in a game.
No arguments. That's lightning.
Yeah.
The tears and the arguments, that's what we don't want tonight. And right now, luckily, only the tears are falling.
What do you mean, Bill? Sitting on middle bleachers holding a metal camera and a metal umbrella?
Yeah, we don't want any lightning out here tonight. Come on. The Raiders coming in one-on-one.
Sorry about that, Bill. Some of the equipment's getting wet. I'll hold my umbrella this way.
Mainly worried about the computers and the mixer. But lower the umbrella here a little bit.
Lindsey Nelson never had this problem.
I bet you he did early on in his career.
Did he? We never answered the trivia question, but I think Joe Settles did. Who were the only two broadcasters over a 100-year period in L.A. Dodger Major League Baseball?
That's correct.
And Joe guessed, well, you mentioned Vin Scully.
He was the last 62 years. Was
it Red Barber? That's what Joe said.
No, it was a former coach, and I'm still trying to remember. I heard the trivia question as we were coming to the show the other night, so I'm going to have to look up the answer again. I'm sorry that I don't have it right here on the top of my head. Luckily, it's a dry head so far.
Well, speaking of Joe Settle, he's over in Niceville at the Eagle Stadium.
Hopefully it's dry over there.
They're hosting the Vikings of Fort Walton.
We kind of got a makeshift table here in.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to James S. Rickard High School.
Bill, do you want me to take off the poncho and put it over the electronics?
Yeah, if you could do that for me, Bob. We're making up things as we go here tonight, folks. So once you log on to the stream, I know a lot of people probably aren't expecting this early of a broadcast. But nonetheless, we are broadcasting. There we go. I think that should work. A lot of people are probably forgetting that we're going on at 5:30 Central Time, right about dinner time back in the Panhandle. We're in the Big Bend region now. Let's go ahead and run our commercials. We'll be right back after this break.
Craig Culver of Culver's.
Before farm to table, before field to fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
Thinking about selling your property? Call Ursula Householder of Coldwell Banker Realty in Navarre now. The consultation is free, and Ursula uses the best tools the industry has to offer. Her years as a top producer, relocation specialist, and Florida military market specialist will help you get the desired result. If you are buying, Ursula's experience will help you make an informed decision to find the right home for you. And if you mention this advertisement, Ursula will donate $100 to the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club when the deal closes. To find out if you qualify for any of the military rewards, call or text 850-642-5711 or email ursula.householder@cbrealty.com or go to urhouseholderhomes.com. That's urhouseholderhomes.com. Go Raiders!
University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. If buying, selling, or building a dream home is in your future, you need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes and Stacy Wright are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or selling experience smooth. See University at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call 850-396-0322.
If you want to move better, feel better, and live better pain-free, Dr. Paul Britt at Integrative Chiropractic Solutions is the only certified sports chiropractor for Gulf Breeze and Navarre. He can address your sports injuries quickly and effectively, and after only 4 visits on average with a 96% resolution rate. So give Integrative Chiropractic Solutions a call today at 850-916-9304 or book online at drpaulbritt.com. That's 850-916-9304 or online at drpaulbritt.com. They want to fix you swiftly to get you back in the game.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire the right person. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills with the right jobs from the production floor to the front office. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raiders Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track, whether it's seeing to it that they're properly fed, have good transportation, or making sure that all Raider fans can watch and hear all exciting Navarre Raider football action. The Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks, Navarre Raider Quarterback Club, for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on IrishBillSports.com.
Welcome back to Rickard's High School. This is Irish Bill with Seminole Bob on a rainy Friday Night Lights version on IrishBillSports.com. And Rosalind Miller checking in, says, good evening, good night for football. Let's go Navarre, Rosalind and Levi Miller in Stuart, Florida. And it was a pleasure to finally meet you last Friday night, Miss Rosalind. We're ready for our national anthem. A beautiful rendition of our national anthem by the Rickards Marching Band and the ROTC here at Rickards High School. This is Irish Bill with Seminole Bob. We're on the road, our longest road trip of the season until we get to the playoffs, and then it might be a little bit longer after that, Bob.
Roger that.
The Raiders come in, like I said, at 1-1. They win in week 1 at Fort Walton Beach 47-7. Come home and face the number 1 team in 3S. Pine Forest, and they looked like all of the number 1 team, didn't they, Bob?
Yes, they did.
And they suffered a 39.
They just had too many big plays, and Fort Walton had some key penalties in the game and some turnovers. You just can't do that to a great team like Pine Forest.
So we are 7 o'clock Eastern kickoff here tonight, 6 o'clock Central. So we're about 7 minutes from kickoff here. Navarre down into the end zone to our right, wearing the white jerseys, maroon numbers, maroon pants, black helmet, Raiders on the side. Pine Forest, I got to get this new week, Bill. Rickards comes out, they're blue and blue pants with gray jerseys and kind of multicolor jerseys. But they're both the Raiders tonight. So if I say one team's name and they don't have the ball, I'm still right.
The Raiders have the ball.
Yeah, that's correct. So we are here about 6 minutes from kickoff here at Rickards High School in Tallahassee, Florida. Next week we'll be on the road we go over to our first district match over at Tate High School.
And they won Saturday.
Yeah, they beat Pensacola High 35-26 for their first win of the season and the first win for head coach Rhett Summerford.
And speaking of first wins.
Yes, last night.
No one saw it coming, Bill.
We head down the road to Destin, Florida. And that's right. Yes, Destin does have a team now. They are the Destin Sharks, coached by Fort Walton Beach alum and state champion E.G. Green.
Yep.
And they hosted North Bay Haven last night, and they stayed at home with a 28-21 victory. First game in program history. First win in program history.
First win, yeah.
And first points in program history. Because they were shut out in their first game.
By
Baker. 34-0. Hopefully this rain will clear out of here sometime soon. But we're here nonetheless to bring you live action of our football here on Irish Bill Sports, live on YouTube and irishbillsports.com.
As opposed to not live, dead.
Well, with the weather it is, I don't want to say that word too low, Bob.
Boy, we saw something.
Yeah, let's talk about that. We got some time to kill here before we go to kickoff. On the way over, we're on I-10. We're east of Crestview, probably somewhere close to Mariana, and all of a sudden, a tire comes flying across the road. Yes, a tire. Well, what it was, there was a truck in front of us pulling a camper. Well, the camper lost one of its wheels, and it went flying in front of our car. Luckily, I did not hit it. And then we stopped for a break at one of the local gas stations along the way, and the beverage guy was trying to move carts out of the back of his his truck, his van, and he dumped all of them right there on the concrete. Luckily, there was no product on those carts.
From a high distance, not just from a few feet. It was.
But that's not the end of it. We get over here to Tallahassee about 4:05. We walk into a local establishment, and I'm going to say their name because I want people to know. At the McDonald's, not too far from here. And we placed our order, and it was probably 15, 20 minutes later. We were still inside, still waiting for our order. We had already paid for it, and we had to go. So we just got up and left because they were not showing any urgency at all to take care of us. And so we just walked out the door and came over to the high school and got everything set up. It just so happens, though, the team had Chick-fil-A tonight. So Paul Villanova, the new voice of Navarre Raiders on the PA system at home, brought us, Bob and I both, a box of Chick-fil-A. And now we are set and we are happy.
We are very happy. And now that would never happen in our area with the Costa family. Yes,
No.
They do a fabulous job supporting area teams. And anyway, so every day, everybody has a bad day.
But you know,
what it involves my hunger, I'm not a happy man.
Yeah, you were kind of hangry.
Hangry, yes.
Hungry and angry.
The Raiders, I believe, won the toss, elected to defer.
That's what they normally do.
Yeah.
Unlike last week where they accepted it and they returned to kickoff.
And here come the Raiders.
Raiders on the field, coming from right to left on your dial. Well, it's not really your dial. It's your TV screen
You're
or big
showing
screen
your
or your
age,
computer,
Bill.
whichever you're watching it on. And
You're
Rickards will
showing
be
your
coming
age.
out from, I'm not sure really what directions we're at
South
right now.
end zone.
South end zone?
Yep.
Okay. They'll be coming out of the south end zone. Blue pants, gray. Oh, the real Raiders, really? Okay. Wearing their yellow helmets, gray jerseys, which I can hardly read the numbers, so it's going to be a tough night tonight, Bob. Kind of reminds me of the Gulf Breeze jerseys from years ago where we couldn't read the numbers.
Yep.
But this is Irish Bill and Seminole Bob on irishbillsports.com. And wherever you're at on the World Wide Web, we appreciate you tuning in this Friday night, this wet Friday night here in Tallahassee. Hopefully the rain will stop in the near future, but it's not projected to.
I can see clearly now the rain is still here.
Almost gone.
Almost gone. We had no weather within the last, since we got into the area.
Right.
And we start setting up, and weather.com says starts raining in Tallahassee at 7 p.m. Great.
Keon Brown back deep for the Raiders of Rickards High. Back there with Jay-Sean Frazier and Davion Thomas.
We did get an update from members of the coaching staff of Navarre on the injuries. Eddie Love, EJ, is going to play tonight. He's been cleared. Phil Robas
Out.
And
Connor Black,
high ankle sprain.
he is out of tonight, but everybody else is ready to go. Taylor Gardner getting ready to put toe on leather to get this game going underway here in Tallahassee tonight, the capital city of the state of Florida, and our wonderful governor, Ron DeSantis. Gardner gets ready to put toe on leather from the 40. It's a 6 o'clock kickoff Central Time, 7 o'clock Eastern. Gardner with the end over. It's a short kick. It's going to come down at the 12-yard line. It's returnable by Thomas. He's going to get to the outside, but he's going to be taken down right there by Trey Bragg and C.J. Hill on the tackle. Only a 47-yard kickoff, but very minimal return.
Good job by the special teams unit of Navarre covering that kick. They had 4 defenders.
Trying to see who's coming out at quarterback here. Looks like number 9, Jakari Winters.
From the 25-yard line. At the helm tonight for the Raiders, number 9, quarterback.
Jakari. It's going to be a handoff right up the gut. A big gain and a first down run on the first play from scrimmage for the Raiders of Rickards High out to the 39. It's going to be from the 20 on out to the 39. It's going to be a 19-yard gain.
Just a little misdirection.
Trying to look at the number there. Looks like number 27 on the carry there, 19-yard run. It's going to be a handoff. And he breaks into the Raiders secondary across the 45, out to the 47. So a 19 and an 8-yard run.
That was 27.
27, that's Battles on the carry.
Yep. I think he's a senior.
Only a sophomore.
Sophomore?
2 sophomore running backs tonight.
Wow.
1 for each team are pretty darn solid. 2nd and 2. 2nd and 3 for the Raiders of Rickards High. Fumble on the ground. The ball is down.
Navarre may have it. Nope.
And it's going to be a loss. Back to the 41-yard line. A loss of 6. That goes credit to the to the quarterback. So -6 on the carry. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8 for Rickard's High.
Changes the play call.
Winters at quarterback in the pistol. Going to throw a quick out. He's hit right there. And it's incomplete. He'll bring up 4th down. Big hit over there by
21.
That would be C.J. Hill. No, that was Trey Bragg, number 22.
22.
Trey Bragg with the big hit. It's going to bring up 4th down on the incompleted pass.
Raiders anticipated that little hook out of the backfield. Nice pursuit. This gentleman punting tonight has really hit some long ones in practice.
Terrence Marshall back to return the punt. It's 4th and 8 for Rickards. High end over end punt. He's just going to let it bounce. That's going to go and stop at the 23-yard line where the Raiders of Navarre High will get their first possession.
24-yard line.
Still raining here. I wish I could drop my umbrella right here. It's going to be 1st and 10 Navarre from their 24-yard line. Hunter Feaster bringing the Raider offense out on the field for the first time tonight. Ryan Babis out there starting for the Raiders. They're going to send trips to the far side, single to the near side. E.J. Love in the backfield to the left of Hunter Feaster. 1st and 10 Raiders from their 24, Navarre. It's going to be handoff to Love. He's going to go up the middle, and he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a 1-yard loss. Bring up 2nd and 11.
You know, you worry about a hand injury anytime you may be hit on the arm or the arm of the hand.
2nd and 11 for Navarre from their 23.
You worry about dropping the ball.
See, I knew what I was talking about, ref. He moved it back to 23. He must have heard me, Bob.
Might have.
2nd and 11 for Navarre from their 23. It's going to be tried to find Babis out on the left flat. Off his hands and falls incomplete. Brings up 3rd and long for the Raiders.
Offsides on Rickards. Big break for Navarre.
Nope, no flag. Unless they're going to walk. Yep, they are going to walk it out. So a free play there, Bob.
Yep, especially since the wide receiver dropped the ball.
So it's going to bring up 2nd and 11 for the Raiders. From the 20, inside the 20, just right at the 28-yard line.
It changes the play call here. They may try a long one here to one of the twins.
2nd and a long 6 coming up for the Raiders. This is where hand size comes into play with the wet football.
It does?
It does. It's going to be a delayed handoff to Love. He's in the secondary, and he slips on the old turf monster. Got a hold of him at the 37-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 9 and a Raider first down.
The turf monster. Well, I've heard of the green monster, the blue monster. This is the turf monster.
Raiders out to their 37.
Oh,
They tried to find, looked like Tyrell Marshall. And it's going to go off his hands, incomplete.
that safety got a big jump on the ball. Lucky it wasn't picked off.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 from the Raiders. I'm just going to say Navarre. Both of them are the Raiders, folks.
The white and the gray.
And that was Tyrell on that hit, on that big hit. The rain causing a little bit of trouble. That ball is going to fall incomplete, bring up 3rd and 10.
That's going to bring up 3rd
Thank you for letting us know that was Tyrell. I think that was his dad chiming in, which we always appreciate. One thing in the broadcasting business, you got to be able to take feedback.
Batted in the air, caught by the quarterback. That counts as a completed pass to himself.
It's going to be -7 on the completed pass.
Well, better loss of 7 than an interception.
That's correct.
So he went up and challenged it.
So we'll go down in the books as a completed pass to himself, but for -7 yards.
Rickard's had problems fielding punts in practice.
It's a line drive punt. He's just going to get out of the way. And it's going to take a Raider bounce inside the 25, and it's going to come to rest at the 23-yard line. 47-yard punt for Tyrell Marshall. And we have exchanged punts here early on in the first quarter. 7:52 on the clock here at Rickards High School. No score. Between Navarre and Rickards. The first time meeting between these two teams. Winters brings the Rickards offense back out onto the field. First and 10 from the 23. It's going to be a handoff and a nice tackle from behind after a 2-yard gain. That looks like Tyrell Marshall over there. And Xavier Hamilton as well. So a 2-yard gain brings up 2nd and 8.
Remember, Robas and Connor Black played in the secondary, Bill, and they're out tonight.
Spot the ball at the 25. There's going to be a great pursuit by the Raider defense.
Number 7.
That would be coming up. That would be Dwayne Clark on the tackle. They're going to spot the ball right back at the line of scrimmage. Kind of a favorable spot there. That's going to bring up 3rd and long. 3rd and 8 for Rickards. 6:56 on the clock here. No score. Friday night. Eastern time. Only time we have to do that during the regular season, Bob.
Because Panama City is in Central Time.
Yeah, so 3rd and 8 for Rickards from their own 25. Back to pass. A little bit underthrown and good coverage back there by Dante Core and Trey Bragg.
Yeah, the cornerback never turned around. That easily could have been interference.
So 1-2-3 punt. 1-2-3 punt. This is not a dance recital.
You can dance.
You can dance if you want to, and you can leave this world behind. Second punt of the night for Rickards from their own 25.
Wow.
He gets it
almost got
away.
blocked.
Just get out of the way with that one. It takes a Rickards bounce inside the 35. It's going to come to rest. Looks like at about the 33 there, Bob.
Good punt.
The rain is still coming down. Not very hard, but it's enough to...
A water break? Are you serious?
We got plenty of water around here. Well, let's take a quick break with them and hear a word from our sponsors.
Craig Culver of Culver's.
Before farm to table, before field to fork, there was just good, wholesome food. Grown by America's farm families, prepared fresh at Culver's, and always served with a smile. We still cook every Butterburger to order using fresh 100% Midwest beef and craft our frozen custard right in the restaurant using family farm fresh dairy. So thank you, farmers. Welcome to Delicious.
First and 10 for the Raiders from their 33-yard line. Second possession of the game. 6:31 on the clock. No score here in the first quarter. And there is against.
Legal substitution.
Who's it on?
I did not see it looks like it's on Rickards.
Yeah, it is going to be against Rickard, so it'll be first and 5 for Navarre.
Battle of field position.
First and 5 for the Raiders. It's going to be a handoff to E.J. Love back. He's going to lose back to the 35-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 2. I'll bring up second and 7. Can't really read these numbers very well, so it'll be hard to identify those that are making the tackles. It's going to be Love right up the middle. He gets the large yards lost back. That's going to bring up third and 5. Rainy night here in the capital city.
Boy, ain't in Georgia. Rainy night in Georgia.
A big hit, but right at the yard marker.
Good effort there.
That was to Tyrell Marshall. They're going to move the chains. They give him 5 yards on the reception and a Raider first down.
Knew exactly where the sticks were. Nice heads-up play there. Good protection by the big Bubbas.
First and 10 of our second first down of the night.
Bobbled snap.
It's going to be handoff to.
He was down.
And they're not going to mark him down.
But I heard a whistle. And Jay has a point.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Bob.
I heard a tweet.
And it's going to be, it looks like about a 3-yard gain for Hamilton. We'll bring up second and 7. 3-yard gain for Xavier Hamilton. Second and 7, Navarre. 4:59 on the clock.
And they're going to huddle on this one. This is getting...
We got our own Mr. Jeopardy here.
Yeah, getting a little irritating. It's about the kids, not about you. The PA announcer is singing Jeopardy. That's what we're... It'd be better if he had the music queued up from Jeopardy. So, inadvertent whistle. Yep. That's advantage Navarre there.
That is correct. Inadvertent whistle is going to keep the ball with Navarre. 4:59 on the clock. No score here at Rickards High. No score. Twins to the near side. Single to the top. It's going to be a quick hitter. Out to Tyrell Marshall once again. Looks like he's going to have 6 on that one, Bob.
Yeah, if I remember, the team that gets offended gets the choice of result of play, where the whistle blew, or replay the down. Hence, that's why it's replayed. That's what I would have chosen. Another surprise.
So take away the 3-yard gain by Hamilton.
Yep.
And replay the down.
Yep.
Okay, I can handle that.
Was it Hamilton or was it?
It was Hamilton on the carry.
I thought it was the snap was botched.
No, it was a handoff to Hamilton.
Okay.
He went right behind his left guard.
The War Eagles of Wakulla flexed their muscles last night.
Yes,
Bill.
they did. 43-13 over Monroe.
That was a surprise.
First loss on the year for the Bobcats. 2nd and 4 for the Navarre Raiders at the 49-yard line. This is their best field position of the game so far, Bob.
Absolutely. Eating up clock time.
Going to be a handoff to Love. He's going to break one tackle, but not the second one. And they're going to mark him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. We'll bring up 3rd and 4.
Good pursuit by Rickards. At one time, I could remember, because I'm an old man, they were nicknamed the Redskins.
Were they? Well, you've been around for a while.
Yep. Rickards Redskins. He's open!
Wide open. That'd be Jaden Reese down the left sideline. And in for a Raider score.
No flag.
52 yards out. Reese with his 4th reception of the season for a touchdown. And the Raiders are on the board.
Just got behind the safety. That's not a wide receiver you want to allow to get that open. Nice pitch and catch. Jaden made sure he had it. 6 points for Navarre.
4:07 is the time of the scoring play. 52-yard. Gardner in for the extra point. That was Reese. That was not Reese. That was it was Hunter Feaster on the botched snap. So you were correct, Bob.
I get lucky every now and then.
Gardner's extra point is good. Navarre 7. Rickard's nothing. Raiders on the board first. That would be of the Navarre variety.
Yes. Rickards are they 2S?
I will have to look that up whenever I get a free hand.
That's not something a play-by-play guy often says.
Well, one hand is typing on the computer, and the other one is holding the umbrella.
Trust me, if I didn't have to hold this umbrella, I would hold your umbrella. But we don't.
You're amazing, Bob.
I wasn't too amazing tonight when I didn't get food.
Yeah, but that was remedied.
Yes, it was. That was pretty selfish of me. I'm sorry.
Gardner with the short kick. It's going to come down at the 24-yard line. It is returnable. And a nice return. A couple of missed tackles there by the Raiders before Dante Core forces them out of bounds at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, just a breakdown and kick coverage there.
Which we had seen that a little bit in the Fort Walton Beach game, did we not, Bob?
We did. That was our big concern going into the Pine Forest game. And what happens on the first play of the game?
Well, an 80-yard kickoff return. But then a 56-yard drive by Pine Forest to answer right back. Then a 69-yard run right after that. Quickly, 20-6 before we blink an eye. Handoff. That's going to be Keona Moso with the tackle for loss. Actually, that's going to be right back to the line of scrimmage. No gain.
And what is his first name?
Keona.
Keona
Moso.
Keona Moso, okay.
Kioh.
Moso.
Kiohne.
Okay.
Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correct. No gain on first down. Going to bring up 2nd and 10 for Rickards from their 42. 3:18 on the clock. 7-0 Navarre on top. It's going to be a quick pass to the outside.
Hold on nice wide receiver.
Is there a flag? Yep, there drops the flag. And I can see the the disappointment in the wide receiver's expression.
Well, it was quite obvious. He reached behind the man and held him in place.
That's going to be the third penalty of the night for Rickards. That one's going to be a 10-yarder from the spot of the foul.
I don't know if that block was needed, Bill. Do you?
Not really, because he was already by him. I see some clear skies out there in the distance. Hopefully that's coming our way. It's rainy Friday night.
Rainy night in Georgia.
But it was almost at the first down marker, so it was 1 yard shy of the first down. So it's going to be marked back, and it's only really a 1 yard loss.
But the result of the play would have been a first down.
That's correct. So 2nd and 11, just outside the 41 of Rickards. It's going to be a handoff. And a nice tackle there by Chase Marsh, but a 4 yard gain. There, Camarian battles. Gain of 5. Be third and 6 for Rickards coming up here. Still on their own side of the field at their 46-yard line. 2:29 on the clock. 7-0 Navarre. It's going to be a handoff once again to Battles, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Actually, that was not Battles. That was number 9. That was Winters.
That was an interesting call.
No, that was number 3. These numbers are kind of hard to read, folks. That was actually number 3, David Laws.
You go to shotgun in 3rd and 5, and then you call a running play. So I assume they are punting.
Let's go Raiders from our good friend Tim King. Nice try, Tim.
Roll Tide, Tim. Roll Tide.
Back to punt once again. Almost blocked by Tyrell Marshall. Terrence Marshall on the other end is going to call a fair catch. The Raiders will take over on a beautiful punt. So we're trying to keep the equipment dry here. The rain's still coming straight down, Bob.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing that it's coming straight down, that it's not coming at an angle, because that'd be a lot tougher to keep the equipment.
Shh. Not too loud, Bill. They might hear.
36-yard punt there. Hand off to Love. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Yes, don't adjust your screens. This is a blue turf field here at Rickards High. 2nd and 10. Actually, they're going to give him a 1 yard loss on that, so it'll be 2nd and 11.
Sometimes they play at
Gene Cox Stadium.
Gene Cox Stadium.
2nd and 11 for Navarre. Hand off to Love once again. He's going to get a couple of yards on that one, get the one back that he lost, plus 2 more, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 8 after the 3 yard gain.
That may have been the last play of the first quarter.
Richard Mack on the tackle for Rickards. 3rd and 8 for the Raiders of Navarre from their own 20. 7-0 Navarre as we wind down here in the first quarter. And he's going to throw over his intended receiver. That was Braden Brown. With 9.5 seconds to go here. in the first quarter, 7-0 Navarre.
Great job, defense.
Tyrell Marshall back to. The producer says we are both quite the multitaskers. Thank you, producer.
Good luck tomorrow in your football game. On Wisconsin.
Marshall back, bad snap, but he gets a hold of it, and it's going to be off the side of his foot, but it's going to take a bounce out to about midfield. It's going to come to rest at the Navarre 48-yard line. So a 28-yard punt for Tyrell Marshall, and the Raiders of Rickards are going to have their best field position with 9.5 seconds to go in the opening quarter.
Good thing we brought dry clothes, huh?
Indeed. First and 10 for Rickards at the Navarre 48-yard line. 9.5 seconds to go here in the opening quarter on this rainy night in Tallahassee.
I think it's one cloud, Bill, right over our head.
Jakari Winters in at quarterback for Rickards. And a great read there by the Raiders, Tyrell Marshall. And that's going to be a loss back into Rickards territory at the 46. A loss of 5. Trying to look at the receiver's number there. I think that's number 24. And that will be the last play. As he comes to the sideline, I'll be able to get his number here. That is number 2. That is Pico Watkins. It's going to be a 5-yard loss on the completed pass.
We've completed 12 minutes, Bill.
Already.
6:30 in Navarre.
So this is one of those times where we have to go from Central Time to Eastern Time and then back into Central Time.
Until the playoffs. Playoffs. We've got a date with Mosley.
On October 6th is a Thursday night game, our only Thursday night game of the season. That is at Tommy Oliver Stadium.
Tommy Oliver, who
newly
was
renovated a couple years back.
a war hero in the Civil War for the South. I understand.
We're going to swap ends of the field, so you still got Raiders on both ends of the field, Bob.
Yes, we do.
Sorry I am not getting to your text right now because I'm holding up one hand with my umbrella and the other one I'm trying to type in stats into the computer. So Bob's doing a great job on the camera.
Yeah. Will my lighter umbrella help or no? 'Cause yours is bigger.
No, it covers more space. I'm going to have to deal with it. First, actually, it's going to be 2nd and 15 for Rickards from their own 48. Actually spotted at the 47-yard line. Getting ready to get underway here in the second quarter.
Quarterback keeper,
There's
nowhere
going
to
to be
run.
Winters on the keeper. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, +1.
Nowhere to run to.
Nowhere to
baby.
hide. It's going to bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 14.
Winters on the carry. Pickup of 2. 3rd down.
.66 yards in the first quarter for Navarre, mainly that 52-yard pass connection from Feaster to Reese. In fact, he's the only one that's caught a touchdown pass for the Raiders this year so far. He's got all 4 of them. Great start for his senior campaign.
He's got good hands, Bill.
3rd and, let's call it 3rd and 13 for Rickards from their 49. 11:01 on the clock here in the second quarter. Good pressure from the outside. Raiders are he's going to throw it out, and he's already out of bounds when he catches the ball, so it's going to bring up 4th and 13.
Seeing some Rickards getting a little frustrated already.
So they cannot take advantage of the short field, Bob, and they're going to punt back to Navarre. The 4th punt of the night already for Rickards.
Trying to take their helmets off, hanging their heads already. The nonverbal expressions will give it away.
4th and 13 for Rickards from their 49. 10:50 on the clock. 7-0 Navarre.
Illegal procedure against Rickards. Called by the line judge. A little bit of movement.
Four penalties in the first half for all on Rickards. Good snap. I like this punter. That one's going to take a Rickards bounce inside the 15 on down to the 11. Six. 45-yard punt. Nice punt there. The Raiders are going to have 89 yards of blue turf in front of them. Seven 0 Navarre with 10:45 on the clock on a wet, soggy night here in the capital city. First meeting between these two teams in program history. Hunter Feaster stands on his own 5, waits the snap. It's going to be Love to the outside, and he just throws off the would-be tackler, stays on his feet, the wet turf, and a nice gain out to the 18. A gain of 7 for Love. He was angry on that one, Bob.
Yes, sir.
You like it when your backs run angry.
Yes. Not your color guy, though.
No. That's hangry.
Hankry.
Hangry. With an H. 2nd and 3 for the Raiders.
The slant's there.
Davis gets the reception, his first of the season, actually his second of the season. He's going to get out to the 30, let's call it the 34-yard line. A gain of 16 to Davis and a Raider first down.
We mentioned Raiders shorthanded tonight with Robas and Connor Black.
Gain of 16 and a Raider first down.
Connor's a wide receiver, too. Is that correct?
Yes, but he doesn't play it very much.
Yeah. So it was Robas and then one other.
First down for the Raiders out to their 34. It's going to be Love on the run. He's going to get out around the 40-yard line. They're going to spot the ball right at the 40, so give him 5 yards on the carry. 2nd and 5, Navarre. Out to the 40 of their own.
It's barely raining over on the baseball diamond. Or the softball diamond across the way.
Feaster looks over to the sideline. 2nd and 5.
Rickards is going to call a...
Looks like Rickards is going to call a timeout.
Timeout.
We'll take one along with them. 7-0 Navarre with 9:15 to go in the first half. The Irish Bill and Seminole Bob on irishbillsports.com and Irish Bill's Sports Live on YouTube. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break. Maybe.
Thinking about selling your property? Call Ursula Householder of Coldwell Banker Realty in Navarre now. The consultation is free, and Ursula uses the best tools the industry has to offer. Her years as a top producer, relocation specialist, and Florida military market specialist will help you get the desired result. If you are buying, Ursula's experience will help you make an informed decision to find the right home for you. And if you mention this advertisement, Ursula will donate $100 to the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club when the deal closes. To find out if you qualify for any of the military rewards, call or text 850-642-5711 or email ursula.householder@cbrealty.com. or go to urhouseholderhomes.com. That's urhouseholderhomes.com. Go Raiders!
And right out of the commercial break, a 21-yard run for E.J. Love, and the Raiders actually going to spot it at the 40. So a 20-yard gain for Love on 2nd and 5, and the Raiders are into Rickard's territory.
Yeah, they're just a different team with him running the ball. It's no slight on, any other Raider, but he just provides that speed.
1st and 10 at the Rickard's 40-yard line. Good strong run there by sophomore running back. Feaster's going to slip at the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose a yard back to the 41.
I think it was straight run all the way.
Coleman on the tackle. So if you got some prayers out there for some blue skies in Tallahassee, we sure would appreciate them.
Blue skies.
2nd and 11, Feaster back to pass. He's
It's
got a
there.
receiver downfield. Reese is going to go in for his 2nd touchdown of the night. This one from 41 yards, and the Raiders are in the end zone.
Single coverage. Split it up right down the middle, similar to a couple catches he had in the Fort Walton game. Wet ball, no wet ball. Feaster making the throws, Bill.
He is. At the 8:21 mark, the Raiders jump out to a 13-0 lead.
It's like got a Rickard's player down in the back of the end zone with a cramp.
It's a cramp. That's an inside joke that the producer and I have. Years ago, when Nick Benton was playing for the Raiders, you remember Nick?
Yeah.
He had a big kickoff return against Columbia in the region title game. You got a cramp, and we couldn't decide what it was. And I bet you I said a cramp about 7 or 8 times before they finally said, "Yeah, it's a cramp."
Or you're the cramp champ.
Yes, I got him beat though. 13-0 Navarre. Gardner getting ready to line up for the extra point here. Six of 9 passing for 113 yards and 2 touchdowns for Feaster on the night. He just put it out there, and Reese just sort of ran underneath it.
He did. Beautiful throwing ball.
Looking into the raindrops. I can see some clear skies out there in the distance, can't you? There's the sun trying to get out. It's angry too. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up. Kick is through. Raiders 14 of Navarre. Raiders of Rickard 0 on IrishMillSports.com. So we thought they're going to have a little bit of tough time passing the ball in the rain, but it doesn't look like it so far, Bob.
Well, I'm sure that surprised Rickard's players too. They're putting 6, 7, 8 in the box on defense, daring them to throw the ball.
Producer's doing her job. We're a little tight on the picture. We just need to pull it back a little bit on the.
I was doing the scoreboard, sir.
I understand that. No, so you bring it back there a little bit. Yeah, thank you. There, you got it.
Okay.
You're the man.
Got to keep the producer happy.
Always. Kristen and Michael Cobb checking in tonight. Says go Navarre. Thank you for checking in tonight. 14-0 Navarre on the road up here early in the second quarter. 52-yard pass to Reese in the first quarter. 41-yard pass just completed a couple seconds ago. And that's all the scoring we have so far. Gardner getting ready to put toe on leather. A much better, higher, deeper kick down to the 10-yard line. It is returnable. And then it's going to be nice coverage there. And that's Joshua Wilson with the tackle. Not the Joshua Wilson of FloridaHighSchoolFootball.com, but the Joshua Wilson of Navarre Raider variety. Big special teams hit there by Wilson. He had one of the hardest hits in that Fort Walton Beach game, did he not, Bob?
Yep, sure did.
So it's 1st and 10 for Rickards just outside their 20 at the 21.
And that's how you catch coach's attention. You know, do anything, play special teams, make those big hits, maybe get some defensive play.
You see that sky out there in front of us? That's beautiful.
Yeah,
Needs to get here a little bit quicker. 1st and 10 for Rickards from their 21. 8:14 on the clock, 14-0 Navarre.
Whoa.
His receiver was running one route, and the quarterback was looking at another.
Almost picked off there by, who is that, number 3, or is that number?
That's number 5 out there. That's Tyrell Marshall.
Tyrell.
He's got the right side covered. Dante Corr has the left side corner covered. Your safeties, Trey Bragg and C.J. Hill. Your linebackers are Joshua Wilson, Dwayne Clark, Xavier Hamilton, and Chase Marsh. Your defensive line, Keona Moso, Isaac Cole out there, and Dom Cunningham. There you go.
Same play.
Off his fingertips will bring up 3rd and 10.
Somebody over there on the Navarre side in the fan section was very smart. They brought their own 10x10.
We did too, but I'm kind of using that as a base for my table right now. So it's going to be 3rd and 10 for Rickards from their own 21. 8 minutes even on the clock here in the second quarter. 14-0 Navarre. Tim says keep on rolling. Almost picked off by the Raiders linebacker Xavier Hamilton. It's going to fall incomplete and bring up 4th and 10.
I think I'm going to hear you on the air tomorrow again, Bill. Am I not?
Yep, Saturday morning's Southern Gentleman Sports Show at 8 o'clock Central Time. We go to noon. Might be cutting it a little short because I believe the Gators are playing at an early game tomorrow. So we'll probably be going till 11 o'clock tomorrow.
Kentucky?
Yes, indeed. 5th punt of the night for Rickards. It's a low snap. It's going to be mishandled, and he's going to go right down at the 11. And Navarre will have great field position at Rickards' 11-yard line.
The balls don't take a true bounce. Both teams were practicing that before the game. Bouncing the ball to see how it would react.
So Raiders going to have 1st and 10. I got to keep. Navarre is going to have 1st and 10 at the Rickards 12-yard line.
They need to punch this in and take advantage of the turnover.
On the botch snap there. The wet turf and the wet ball just don't. That's not a good combination. Feaster bringing the offense back out. Love to his right. Trips to the near side, single to the top of the screen. It's going to be a keeper by Feaster.
Nice job.
And he's going to get down inside the 10, down to the 8, give him 4 yards. He'll bring up 2nd and 6. Gain of 4 for Feaster. 2nd and 6 coming up for Navarre.
You know, the full contingent of Navarre cheerleaders are here, Bill. What great sports.
And no umbrellas for them there.
Oh, they're tough. They're probably, yeah. Just like Mike Webster of the Steelers.
It's going to be a handoff to Love. He's going to get about a yard before he's corralled at the 7-yard line. They're going to spot the ball. Where are they going to spot the ball? Yep, no gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6. 11 carries, 42 yards for Love. 6 and 9 passing so far for Feaster for 113 yards and 2 scores. Both are Jaden Reese.
Look for Jaden to get his 3rd tonight. on a fade route.
And it is caught by Terrence Marshall for a Raider score. An 8-yard touchdown pass from Feaster to Terrence Marshall, and the Raiders are back on the board. This one an 8-yard connection. First reception of the night for Terrence. And this one comes at the 6:28 mark. So the Raiders take advantage of the short field. A 3-play, 11-yard drive.
Knew where he was on the field. Caught the ball first, then crossed the goal line.
Kick is up. Kick is good. 21-0 Navarre. With 6:28 on the clock here in the second quarter.
With 6 minutes, 28 seconds remaining in the half. Navarre, 21. Rickard, 0.
Marshall with his first touchdown reception of the season. That's Terrence.
Yep.
Perfect night so far for Taylor Gardner as well.
Does anything surprise you, Bill, early on for Navarre? How they respond from the I don't want to say adversity. You got beat by a good team. Did you help the situation? Yeah, a little bit. How do you think they're bouncing back here?
I think they're quite well after the first drive. They kind of got that one out of their system, and a nice punt out of there by Tyrell Marshall, and then they've just continued to get off the field on third down, and quite a pretty solid rebuttal to last week's game.
But we play 4 quarters.
Now we do. That was lights. That was not lightning. That was the lights. It is going to be returnable here to the near side. Still on his feet. Still on his feet over the 40 before he's finally brought down by Dante Core.
Out to the 43-yard line.
Dante Core and Jonathan Brogan on the special teams tackle.
Yeah, that looked a little bit like our effort in
Peanut checking in. Hey, Tammy.
Why aren't you here in the rain, Tammy?
It started about 10 minutes before kickoff, and it has not let up yet.
Timeout for a water break.
So a solid night for Hunter Feaster so far. 7 of 10 for 121 yards and 3 touchdowns.
What college games tomorrow, Bill, intrigue you? Marshall?
The Thundering Herd coming to South Bend. I like that game. I think that Notre Dame will have no problems with the Thundering Herd. But some games I like tomorrow. I like the Tennessee-Pittsburgh game.
Yep,
I think the Vols are going to go into Pennsylvania and knock off Pitt.
That's an early kickoff, too, I believe, 11 our time. Florida State.
Tammy says she has way too much hairspray to be in the rain.
I see. Okay.
It would be a sticky mess.
Okay. You get a pass on that.
And I'd never argue with Miss Peanut.
No. You're liable to whip our tails.
1st and 10 Rickards from their own 43.
See if that play.
It's going to be a keeper. But great pursuit there by the Raiders. Chase Marsh and Andre Spence on the tackle. It's going to be a loss back of 1. And that's going to be winners with a 1-yard loss.
I was thinking about that long kickoff return, whether that might spark Rickards a little bit, give them a little oomph.
2nd and 11 for Rickards from their own 42. That was winners on the keeper, but a great defensive pursuit by Chase Marsh and Andre Spence. And forced them out of bounds at the 42. 2nd and 11 for Rickards from their own 42. 5:40 on the clock, trailing 21-0 here in the second quarter. That one's off the fingertips of his intended receiver once again. That would be Tyson Saylor, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 11. They just can't get ahead of the chains here early on in this game, Bob.
No, they can't. This is twice now they've had great field position beyond their own 40-yard line. And this is third and call it about 10.5.
So in the pistol, twins to the near side, twins to the far side. Single back in the backfield to the left of Winters. Winters going to get rid of it quickly, and he throws it short. And it's going to make up fourth down. The Raiders of Rickards will be punting once again.
Quarterback and the wide receivers aren't on the same page so far, Bill, for Rickards.
I agree. And this is the fifth punt because the last one never really happened on the bad snap. So fourth and about 10.5 for Rickards from their own 42. The White Hat starts the clock now. 5:27 on the clock. 21-0 Navarre. Lemmy Wilson checking in. Hey, Lemmy. Good snap back. Good end over end punt for the conditions. Going to go out of bounds, I think, at about the 28. See how close I am, Bob. He's still going. It's down inside. Oh, he got a good spot. Oh, he's walking up now. I'm walking. 27. So I was close.
Yep.
So the Raiders of Navarre will take over right there from their own 27, up on top 21-0 on a rainy night. Those skies look beautiful off in the distance. I just wish they'd get over here pretty darn quick.
Yeah, just a few sprinkles over our head.
I didn't need to work out today because this umbrella is heavy.
Oops. Hello. Speaking of umbrellas.
5:20 on the clock. 21-0 Navarre. That's James Clark in for his first pass attempt of the night. So you have Reese and Bavis to the outside. You have Terrence Marshall here on the near side, your receivers for Navarre. A.J. Love in the backfield to the left of James Clark. It's going to be Love cutting it back with a nice, and they'll have a Raider first down over the 40, still on his feet. 50, he's going to go out of bounds at the 47-yard line.
Nice cutback.
26-yard run for E.J. Love and a Raider first down. Their fifth first down of the night.
I like it. I love it. I want some more of it.
You got it, buddy. First and 10 Raiders of Navarre at the Rickards 46-yard line. 5:02 on the clock. 5:03 on the clock. Stops as the tailback goes out of bounds. It's going to be Clark on the keeper to the outside, still on his feet, gets down inside the 45, and a big hit right there by Jalen McDougal.
Well, he's proven that he can run the ball. He ran for 70-plus in the Fort Walton game.
They're going to give him 4 yards on the keeper.
$73 yards, I do believe, on the touchdown run against Fort Walton.
Indeed. 2nd and 6 for the Raiders at the Rickards 41. Trips to the far side, single to the near side. Love in the backfield. Clark back to pass. He's feeling pressure. He's going to take off and run. He's going to be close to a Raider first down before he is taken down at the 41-yard line. Should be right close to the first down.
Calling him short.
About a half yard short. So bring up third and a short 1 yard. They're down to the Rickards 37-yard line. Marshall and Reese going to stay to the near side. Ricky Riley in there at tight end. Braden Brown out there as well. Double tight end set for Navarre. 2 receivers only to the near side. Third and a short, I'd say about 6 inches. It's going to be Love. Is not going to get it. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Raiders go for it right here. He's going to lose one on the play. Bring up 4th and 1.5.
Never was a big fan of shotgun or even the pistol when you got inches to go. Ask Florida State about that.
Yeah. Never pitched the ball like that on that close to the goal line. Unless you're running the quarterback out.
You could.
4th and 1.5 for Navarre at the Rickards 43.
They may try to draw them off sides here. Yes,
and they did. First down, Navarre.
You knew it was coming.
And they got the Raiders of Navarre a first down on that. Sixth penalty of the first half for Rickards.
And a lot of pat on the back by the big Bubbas for knowing that they were going to do that, so they don't move, which would cause a false start. Draw play.
It's going to be handoff to Love into the secondary, still on his feet, cuts inside the 20 to the 15, inside the 15 and down to the 12-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 20 for Love and a Raider first down. The Raiders knocking on the door once again. That'll be the Raiders of Navarre. Evelyn Lewis checking in. I would have to believe that's some relation to E. I'm not sure, but she's a big fan of EJ's. Thelma Worlds checking in, said, let's go Terrence and Tyrell. Go Raiders. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage there, Bob, it looks like. Nice spot for the Raiders.
Definitely setting up to fade.
2nd and 10. Actually, they're going to give him a yard on that play. 2nd and 9 for Navarre. Got Twins the far side. Riley in at tight end. And Love's going to lose yards back to the 17. It's going to be a loss of 5. Good pursuit by the Rickards defense right there. They're going to spot the ball at the 17-yard line. So it will bring up, let's say, 3rd and they need to get down to the 2. So 3rd and 15 for Navarre. 1:06 on the clock here in the second quarter. 21-0 Navarre. Reese goes in motion from right to left. Clark back to pass. He throws it in the back of the end zone. He gets separation, but a little bit overthrown. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Just have to have just a little bit more patience.
Annette Smalling checking in as well. Thanks, Annette. I want to thank all of our viewers out there, wherever you're at. We got a 35-yard field goal attempt coming up for Taylor Gardner. He's 3 of 4 on the season. 22, 25, and 46 are his makes. 50.2 seconds to go in the half. 21-0 Navarre. Good snap. Kick is up. And it is through. Had plenty of distance from 35 yards out. Gardner puts the Raiders 3 points ahead, out to 24-0 at the 46-second mark of the second quarter. .6 seconds left on a 35-yard field goal. The Raiders 24-0, Bob.
Yeah, I just didn't know how the Raiders were going to react tonight. You know, they have such a young team, and you got to have short memories. after losing to a highly touted Pine Forest.
Thank you all for checking in. Gardner's kick is going to come to rest at the 20-yard line. A nice return to the outside. Another missed tackle, and he's going to get out to the 45. One thing the Raiders are really going to have to work on is their kickoff coverage. But Marsh is going to come down with the tackle just outside the 40 at the 45-yard line.
Navarre's probably thinking pass here. Rickard's got one of the better field goal kickers in the Big Bend area.
Got line 2 receivers out to the far side, 2 to the near side. Single back into the backfield next to Winters. 1st and 10 from the Rickards 46-yard line, and they call timeout.
Yeah, they were about out of time. 25-second clock was about to expire.
Nice comment. Thank you for covering our boys. We appreciate you being there. Hell, if it's Friday night, it's the fall. Where have I been for the last 14 years, Bob?
Let me think. Probably covering Navarre sports.
That's correct. It's my 14th year covering Navarre football, doing play-by-play, and started out with Panhandle Sports Broadcasting, Bill Brownell. I switched over to jockjive.com with Robert Williamson, and about 3 or 4 years ago, I went off on my own in 2019. So yeah, it was 3 years ago.
Speaking of cramps.
It's a cramp. First and 10 Rickards. As you're getting the psychedelic view of Bob's umbrella.
Sorry about that, Bill.
Winters back to pass. And it's going to fall incomplete. He tried to find Watkins down the near sideline. It's just a little bit overthrown. And a rough night so far for Mr. Winters. 1 for 10 passing for -5 yards.
All right, this is a segue. That umbrella belonged to my 99-year-old mother. Rest her soul. And we lost another great one this week, Queen Elizabeth.
Indeed.
96 years old. All the things that
wow, she's seen over the last 70 years.
Gosh.
In charge, taking care of and caring for the people of the UK. It's a bad snap. It's going to go down all the way. The Raiders going to recover. Actually, it's Moso going to pick it up, and he's inside the 10. Moso's going to return a fumble inside the 10. About 20-yard return for Moso on the recovery. And he's going to return it inside the 10 down to about the 9-yard line where the Raiders will have 1st and goal. 2 timeouts left.
Yep.
And a chance to build on that 24-0 lead. So a 21-yard return on the fumble by Moso. Raiders 1st and goal at the Rickards 9. James Clark still in at quarterback for the Raiders. It's going to be handoff to Love. He's going off right tackle, and
he's in.
Into the end zone. The Raiders take advantage of the fumble. And Love goes in from 9 yards out. And that stretches Navarre's lead out to 30-0. Love's second touchdown carry of the season. This one comes at 14.9 seconds left.
I may be a bit presumptuous, but you know when it hits 35, Bill, running clock.
The kick is good. Let's see, 0.9 seconds remaining in the half.
So a kick good by Gardner. Perfect first half for him. 4 for 4 extra points. 1 for 1 on field goals. 31-0 Navarre.
Wouldn't mind getting back to Navarre just a little bit early, Bill.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, we are a little bit closer here. Normally we're up on top of the press box, so the view may be a little bit closer. It's going to be a line drive kick down to the 15. There, the good coverage there. Jonathan Brogan on the tackle. 31-0 Navarre.
The other thing I'm thankful for is getting to park close, Bill.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Just got to move some cones, pretend like you own the place.
It's all about communication.
Communication,
Robert?
it is. Bob, get out of the car and move the cone. No, I'm kidding. I did that on my own.
31-0 Navarre as they have put up 24 here in the second quarter.
And they take a knee.
And we're going to go with a half. And we're gonna run a lengthy song here. It's a football song. We hope that you appreciate here at the half.
Need getting ready to play a game. I walk down the locker room, it still smells the same. It takes you back real quick. One of the things that caught me was how fast 27 years goes by. There's so many people that live vicariously through you. I would give anything tonight to jump in one of these uniforms with you guys.
To do something I never had an opportunity to do. My father never saw me play. You play for your fathers tonight.
That feeling goes away. It goes away, and it doesn't come every Friday night. It comes when you get married. It comes when your child's born. So you get it, but you just don't get it every Friday night. You're going to miss that more than anything in the world. That's what I miss. And so you seniors that are focused on college, you're focused on your work after high school, what you're going to do next, you're focused on tomorrow, aren't you? You got plenty of time for tomorrow. But these tonights, they're going by fast. You focus on tonight. This is about you guys. This is about the guys in this room that care about each other, that know.
It's incredible, the journey we're about to start. Reimagining it all to take children's healthcare where it's never been. Well beyond medicine.
When this old world starts getting me down and people are just too much for me to face, I climb way up to the top of the stairs and all my cares just drift right into space. On the roof it's peaceful as can be, and there the world below can bother me. I go up where the air is fresh and sweet. On the roof. I get away from the hustling crowd and all that rat race noise down in the street. On the roof. On the roof, the only place I know where you just have to wish to make it so. Let's go up on the roof. Up on the At night the stars put on a show for free. And darling, you can share it all with me. I keep a telling you right smack dab in the middle of town, I found a paradise that's trouble-proof. And if this world starts getting you down, there's room enough for two up on the roof. Up on the roof. Up on the roof. Oh, come on, baby. Oh, come on, honey. Up on the roof. Everything is alright.
Welcome back to Rickard's High School. 31-0 at the half. Navarre out on top on this very, very wet night here in the capital city. City? Yeah, city.
Town, country.
I had 13 years of higher education.
And I'm a teacher.
Yeah,
Hey, we teach all the subjects, Bill.
we do.
Teachers teach all the subjects. We teach the brain surgeons, the future brain surgeons, the doctors, the lawyers.
That's right. And we appreciate all of your effort that you take care of our kids when they're not with us. And we appreciate that. And make sure that they're learning the stuff that they need to learn.
I took a mental day today. Sometimes you need a mental day. Bill, you take
Well, I
mental
thought you were
days.
getting a little mental earlier when you got hangry.
I got really hankering when I found out they only take cash in the concession stand.
Really?
But Paul came to the rescue.
Paul Villanova, the new voice of the Navarre Raiders on the PA at home games.
Next week, I will pack me dinner just in case.
Yeah, we're heading up to Tate next Friday night.
Gonzales, to be exact. Some people also call it cantonment.
For our first district game of the season. Then we'll have 3 straight towards the end of the season. So week 7, 8, and 9. We'll have Milton, Pace, and Gulf Breeze back to back to back. 2 home games, 1 road game. And then we'll finish up at home against Niceville. Leon will be our homecoming game on the 23rd. We'll have the 30th of September open. And then we'll head over to Mosley on the 6th of October, a Thursday night game, before we come back home for Milton, Pace, Gulf Breeze, and Niceville. The Raiders with 225 total yards in the first half. 120 through the air, 104 on the ground. And they have held Rickards to 22 yards in the first half.
Wow.
$159 total yards of offense in the second quarter for Navarre. 7 of 10 passing for Hunter Feaster and 3 touchdowns for 121 yards. Leading ground carrier with 92 yards on 17 carries, E.G. Love. And he found the end zone on his last carry from 9 yards out. 2 touchdown passes to Jaden Reese, his 4th and 5th on the season, and 1 to Terrence, his 1st on the season. $31-0. The Rickards band is playing right now. Here at the half. It looks like it's lightening up a little bit, Bob, but it's still coming down. 31-0 Navarre out on top. We're going to go back and play our commercials here so that you know who our advertisers are, because without them, we could not bring you the games.
Thinking about selling your property? Call Ursula Householder of Coldwell Banker Realty in Navarre now. The consultation is free, and Ursula uses the best tools the industry has to offer. Her years as a top producer, relocation specialist, and Florida military market specialist will help you get the desired result. If you are buying, Ursula's experience will help you make an informed decision to find the right home for you. And if you mention this advertisement, Ursula will donate $100 to the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club when the deal closes. To find out if you qualify for any of the military rewards, call or text 850-642-5711 or email ursula.householder@cbrealty.com or go to urhouseholderhomes.com. That's urhouseholderhomes.com. Go Raiders!
University Lending Group, located in Harvest Village, is Navarre's local mortgage lender. If buying, selling, or building a dream home is in your future, you need to contact University Lending Group. Jennifer Gomes and Stacy Wright are the loan specialists who have the experience to take you step by step to make your buying, building, or selling experience smooth. See University at 752 Navarre Parkway, Suite 56, or call 850-396-0322.
If you want to move better, feel better, and live better pain-free, Dr. Paul Britt at Integrative Chiropractic Solutions is the only certified sports chiropractor for Gulf Breeze and Navarre. He can address your sports injuries quickly and effectively, and after only 4 visits on average, with a 96% resolution rate. So give Integrative Chiropractic Solutions a call today at 850-916-9304 or book online at drpaulbritt.com. That's 850-916-9304 or online at drpaulbritt.com. They want to fix you swiftly to get you back in the game.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire the right person. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills with the right jobs from the production floor to the front office. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Great teams have great support. The Navarre Raiders have one of the best support organizations, the Navarre Raiders Quarterback Club. All the members see to it that the Raiders have all available necessities to keep the Raiders on track. Whether it's seeing to it that they're properly fed, have good transportation, or making sure that all Raider fans can watch and hear all exciting Navarre Raider football action, the Navarre Raider Quarterback Club is there to make it happen. Thanks Navarre Raider Quarterback Club for your support of your winning Navarre Raiders on IrishBillSports.com.
We're at the half. Navarre out on top, 31-0. Seminole Bob and I here traveling to the Eastern time zone.
Say again.
Here we are in the Eastern time zone for the
Yes.
only time this season. And once the playoffs go on, we may travel back this direction. Right now, the only regular scheduled game in the Eastern time zone.
Roger that.
The rain is letting up a little bit, but it's still enough to where we have to keep the umbrellas up.
Protect the equipment.
I'm starting to get Popeye arms here.
You saw me going back and forth on the
on
the camera. What is it? What did it?
It's all
I'll
I can
give you
stand.
a-
I can't stand no more.
I'll give you $1 today. Oh, I'll give you
I'll kindly give you $1
dollar
today. $1 tomorrow for a burger
for
today.
Yes. Yep. Was that Wimpy?
Yes.
Wimpy. But I noticed something, Bill. I wasn't like man.
We got
Man.
Blake Kelly checking in from Charleston, West Virginia.
All right. I wasn't like man looking at you, but I noticed your pipes in that shirt. I got a little envious, sir.
Wow. Wow.
What do they call that? Man love or?
They got a weather delay in at Escambia between Gulf Breeze and Escambia tonight. Not sure if it's lightning or if it's rain, but it looks like it might be a little bit of rain going on there, enough to where they have delayed the start of that game.
Huh. Well, Navarre gets one more score, and we'll go running clock. Is that correct?
That is correct. It would be the second running clock game for Navarre.
And the second lead at halftime, 31-0. Is that not correct?
That is also correct. You're on top of your game tonight, Bob.
I'm telling you, you give me some Chick-fil-A, man, and I'm set for at least an hour.
Wish we had a Chick-fil-A in Navarre, but we got Culver's, and without them,
We do.
we wouldn't have our Wednesday night show. Randy and Honey Smith. Wow.
We're supposed to be getting a Buffalo Wild Wing, sir.
Yeah, but it's not Culver's.
Well, that's true. That's true. Oh, gosh. Now you got me thinking about the concrete chocolate mixer
Oh
with
my!
the heat.
Those are the best, aren't they?
Oh, my gosh.
I like, you know what? Since I've been on my diet, the only thing I can eat in there since I go in there is the salads, and their salads are excellent as well.
But you have a cheat day, don't you?
Yeah, but I leave her at work. No, no, I don't. No,
Well, you were the one that got me addicted to that stuff.
no cheat days for me.
Concrete mixer.
Once in a while, I will. Well, I can't sure if the people over at MRC are listening, so I am going to plead the fifth on that one, Bob.
MRC.
Metabolic Research Center
Oh.
in Shalimar. That has helped me lose 50 pounds.
You've lost 50 pounds?
I have lost 50 pounds.
I thought you just stretched out.
No, I'm still 5'6" 3/4", and that's stretching it at 5'6" 3/4".
I got my grandfather's side. I'm 6'2.5". Lean, mean fighting machine when I don't get food.
That's right. Don't mess with him.
We have a puddle on our equipment. Do we just want to leave the puddle?
Well, I think it has let up enough to where we can actually get that. Hey, that was awesome. You didn't even get anything on the equipment, Bob. I'm impressed.
Thank you. I got some on me, though.
Well, you're dryable.
So you want
And
to just leave
you're
it?
not, but you're not replaceable.
Oh, you're sweet. You want to leave the okay. All right. We're good.
Are we? I think we still got a little bit, so I'm going to keep it up for now. But we'll leave the plastic off of the other equipment. So this big umbrella, I want to thank my brother-in-law, Brian Bruce. One of the best, not that I haven't got a lot of great Christmas presents, but an umbrella of this size, you don't know how much it comes in handy.
I'm sure.
Now I ain't going to repeat that.
If you get too hot outside, you could keep the sun off of you with that umbrella.
Yeah, we're about ready for the second half. Navarre will get the ball to start the second half. Getting a lot of great texts and messages on Facebook Messenger, and just saying how much they appreciate what we do, and you know that's what makes it all worthwhile, doesn't it, Bob? The comments is what that we like, and yes, we're not always perfect, but we try.
Lord, our wives remind us of it constantly.
Well, we both outkicked our coverage.
Oh gosh, I outkicked the stadium. You know how much I care for you, Bill.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to give your arms a break.
Oh, thank you.
You deserve a break. Remember that
Nicely.
one?
All right, is it
At
still raining?
McDonald's.
I think it's almost stopped, Bob. I'm not going to say that too loudly, though. There's still drops. Raindrops
gets
keep falling on my head.
Burt Bacharach.
I'm not going to go any further than that because I don't think the people out there want to hear any more of my singing.
Nothing seems to fit.
14-0 Niceville early on over Fort Walton Beach.
My phone is waterlogged.
The team's getting ready to come back out on the field, start their second half stretching before we get underway here. Like I said, we always appreciate our viewers out there. And
oh, yeah.
Because if we didn't have you out there, we would just be talking to no one. So it's glad to be appreciated.
Kind of like how we are on the drive over. I was grading papers, and you were talking to me.
Yep. And I was also talking to my buddies in my text line, in my text group. Hands-free. So I was safe.
Absolutely.
Safe texting.
Bill?
Via the voice variety.
Yes. And it's a good thing.
But you know what gets me?
You saw what was going on.
No matter how clearly you talk into those talk-to-text, they still mess it up.
Yeah. Yeah. Hands free. You would not have seen the almost perilous I-10 blowout.
All of a sudden, out of nowhere, here comes a tire flying across the road on I-10.
You think you were at a NASCAR event or something.
Yeah. We are in the South. That does happen a lot.
Yes.
But not on a highway.
On I-10.
Navarre will be getting the ball to start the second half. Gosh, it's still dropping a little bit, so we got to keep the equipment covered.
Yeah, you have a new computer, don't you?
Yeah. This is not actually mine. This is a lender from the producer. So I definitely take care of hers.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wonder if we've not seen this kicker, have we?
Yeah, now I got to switch the fields. That's the way they ended. No, that's not the way they ended. Navarre scored all their points in the second quarter, so he had it right.
But Navarre chose.
Oh, they chose.
Chose.
So Rickards has the choice to which end to kick from. Okay, we got her straight now.
We one of the best kickers in the Big Bend area.
Yeah, that would be Irving Menjivar. Hey, it was close.
You know you're special when you got pink shoes.
Definitely a soccer player.
Yep.
That would be football.
Football.
Core back deep. And Love back deep. He's gonna go into the end zone for a touchback. That's his first kickoff, and he's got the leg. Love tried to get it before it went into the end zone, but to no avail. It's going to be 1st and 10. Navarre at the 20.
I'm sure they'll have the same philosophy, Navarre will, as they did against Fort Walton. Just keep the pedal going.
I'm going to take down the umbrella for now. It's stopped enough for us to, wow.
Their arms feel 100 pounds lighter.
Yeah, feels good. Feels grand. 31-0 Navarre, 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line to start the second half. Brown goes in motion from left and right. It's going to be a handoff to Love out to the right side. Good pursuit by the Rickards defense, and Love's going to get out to the 21-yard line for a gain of 1. Actually, they're going to spot him right at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 for the Navarre Raiders. 18 carries, 92 yards for the sophomore running back from Navarre High. Feaster back in at quarterback for the Raiders. It's going to be handoff to Love again, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe lose 1, back to the 19. It's going to bring up 3rd and 11. Just underway here in the second half, 11:10 on the clock. Navarre out on top, 31-0 in the first meeting between these two schools. They're going to line up Brown and Terrence Marshall to the near side, along with Jaden Reese. Davis, I believe, is to the far side. Brown goes in motion from left to right. Feaster back to pass. He's feeling pressure. It's a little dump pass to Love. He's going to cut back. He's going to be first down Raiders and more over the 35 out to the 36-yard line.
What a move.
A gain of 17 on a little touch pass, a little screen to E.J. Love.
I think he's feeling better, Bill.
That's going to be out to the 36, so it's a gain of 17 on the completed pass.
Just what a weapon he is.
8 of 11 for 138 yards passing on the night. 3 touchdowns for Feaster. Love on the carry off right tackle behind the Big Bubbas on the right side. He's going to get out to the 40. Give him 4 yards on the carry. 2nd and 6, Navarre.
My Stingrays of Emerald Coast won this past Tuesday their last home game of the year, regular season, 41-0 over Lewis Middle School out of Valparaiso.
It's going to be a quick hitter off the hands of his intended receiver is Tyrell Marshall. Fall incomplete.
That pass acted like it slipped out of his hand a little bit.
So it's going to bring up 3rd and about 7 for Navarre. Feaster back to pass. His receiver is going to drop the intended pass. I think that was Marshall once again. And there's a late flag in the backfield.
Roughing the passer.
Personal foul against Rickards, and that's going to give Navarre a first down.
Mental mistake.
That would have been 4th down, and the Raiders would have been punting the ball away.
Now it gives them an automatic first down.
7 penalties on the night for Rickards, and that one's a costly one.
Yep. Got to maintain your composure.
Navarre with first and 10 at the Rickards 48-yard line. Hand off to Love. Oh, he's a big hit at the line of scrimmage. That one's courtesy of Jaquel Winters. And it's going to be no gain for Love. It'll bring up second and 10. They're going to give him 1 on the play. Well, that's more than I would have gave him. So bring second and 9.
Has the producer ever been on camera, on the camera?
Nope.
Never behind the camera.
And that's the way she likes it.
That's the way. All right.
Second and 9 for the Raiders. Brown goes in motion. It's going to be Love getting back to the line of scrimmage +1 again. So bring up third and 8. 22 carries for 97 yards for the sophomore back from Navarre High.
Well, they know side-to-side speed of Rickards is special. So they've been hammering up the middle.
That front line's been doing great. Led out there by number 99, Kamari Strong, as he gets a rest right here. Also getting a rest is Chris Turner. 3rd and 7. Feaster back to pass.
Nice play.
Off the fingertips of Marshall, but it's great defensive play by the corner.
Knocking it down.
And that is going to be Devontae Roberts on the coverage. That's going to bring up 4th and 7.
So do you do anything?
Send out the punt team.
Punt team? Is this a place you want to fake it?
No. With a 31-0 lead, do you want to play field position and stick it back deep? .8:17 on the clock here. 4th and 7 for the Raiders at the Rickards 46-yard line. Navarre out on top 31-0. Tyrell Marshall, that one kind of off the side of his foot. It's going to take, and it's going to get inside the 30. They're going to spot it right at the 23-yard line. So a 23-yard punt, and that's where Rickards will take over their first possession of the second half.
I think he was going for inside the 20 there, or coffin corner.
Tate out on top of Northview early on in the first quarter, 13-7. Weather delay at Escambia between Escambia and Gulf Breeze.
That they scored 13 already on Northview. 1st
and 10 for the Rickards.
Fumble!
Another fumble recovery. It's still on the ground. The Raiders pick it up, and it's going to be Dwayne Clark on the return for a score. 7 yards on the return, and the Raiders jump out to a 37-0 lead, and that will ensue a running clock.
Well, for Rickards, when it rains, it pours. It's just
that's okay.
You know, is it?
That was a little.
They use different footballs. They each use their own quote-unquote football, team football. Navarre hasn't had any, and they're. You play in the same field.
That was Clark.
Perhaps
Dwayne Clark with the fumble recovery, scoop and score.
Perhaps he was looking for a blitz, took his eye off the football.
Gardner with the extra point coming up. Solid, low snap. Feaster's going to just eat it on the low snap. Score remained 37-0. Dwayne Clark with the scoop and score. So no attempt there. So 37-0. Raiders winning the battle on this rainy night. And it's actually, we have dropped the umbrellas. I'm not going to say that too loud, though.
What?
Because you know who's always listening?
What's it?
Mother Nature.
Mother Nature?
Yeah.
Why isn't it Father Nature?
I know. It's Father Time.
Ah, that's right.
I thought you were the teacher.
Oh, I know stuff about government. I don't know much about Father. That's a science thing. That's Kirsten's thing.
That's your wife's?
Yes.
That's your wife's department.
That's correct. Best science teacher I've ever been around.
I've never been much. I've tried to stay away from science teachers.
Math is my bane.
And overhand kick is going to come down out of bounds at the, actually stayed in play all the way back to the 4. See if the Raiders can get some good pursuit here. We might have a big return here. And Taylor Gardner takes him down. But a nice return into Raider territory, Navarre territory. And Taylor Gardner forced, he was the last man. Or it was Jesse bar the door. We're going to the house.
Well, even if Rickards gets inside 35, the running clock continues. Is that correct, Bill?
Yes, that is correct. $37-0, Navarre on top. Rickards with their best field position so far at the Raiders' 36-yard line. 5:53 on the clock here in the third. It's going to be a keeper by Winters. And he's going to get a Rickards first down to the 21. A gain of 15 on the keeper.
Very reminiscent of the Fort Walton game where Fort Walton, they scored a play late in the third quarter.
That's going to be a handoff to Laws, and he's going to be close to another Rickards first down. That's going to be a gain of 8, bringing up 2nd and 2. Laws' second carry of the night for 8 yards.
Who was that?
That would be
number 9?
Davis. That was number 3, David Laws, Jr.
I see.
Nice rush off the left side by Joshua Wilson. It's finished off by Landon Mensler. And he gets back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
2 down territory, I would believe, Bill, on this.
They spot the ball at the 13-yard line. 3rd and 2 coming up for Rickards. Deepest penetration into Navarre territory so far in this game with 4:28 on the running clock here in the third quarter. Well, back to pass.
How is that not interference?
Great coverage over there by Dante
Wow.
Core. It's going to bring up 4th down. It's been a rough night passing.
Yeah, it has.
For Winters, 1 for 11 for -5 yards. Fourth and 2. Call it about 4th and 1, about 1.5 here for Rickards at the Raider 13.
I think the fans called that one. The guy jumped on the far side. That's not his call. That's the head linesman because he jumped on the far side. And
But
that'll
you know
give
what?
him an automatic first down.
But you know what, Bob? That's Navarre's very first penalty of the night.
And it was bogus. I'm sorry, that's not his call.
And he called it about 5 seconds too late.
Well, you heard the fans.
They're going to move. They're just going to drop the chains. It's a first down at the 8-yard line.
Why are you stopping the clock?
Started right back up. First and goal for Rickards. He's going to get inside the 5, all the way down to about the 3. That's going to be Winters on the keeper. A gain of 5 for Winters. Second and goal at the Raider 3. $37-0. 2:30 on the clock, but Rickards is knocking on the Navarre Raiders' door. It's going to be a handoff in the end zone from 3 yards out. That would be David Laws Jr., and he gets Rickards on the board at the 2:16 mark of the third quarter. David Law from 3 yards out.
And we will probably see an onside kick here, Bill.
I would not be surprised. Manhavar in for the extra point. High snap. The kick is up and
It's
it's
a lefty.
It is blocked. You cannot return it. We found that out last week. In fact, we already knew that. We were just reminded last week.
Thanks to Ursula Householder.
37-6.
And we're going to have not the original Buckeye Mike, but we'll have Buckeye Mike next week on the camera. Mike Householder
will be joining us at Tate High School. First district game. Coming up.
Think they got the hands unit in. Wide receivers, defensive backs, running backs, tight ends, people that are used to handling the ball.
Fans are brutal over here.
I know that.
Manhavar with the onside kick. And it's recovered right at the 50-yard line by Nate Hansen. Part of the good hands team there. Nate Hansen comes in and corrals the onside kick. The Raiders will take over just shy of the 50-yard line.
That was the old, let's look one way and kick the other play.
And that's going to be the last play of the third quarter. A quick third quarter with the running clock. 37-6, Navarre out on top. And I'm sure this fourth quarter will go as equally as quick as well.
Yeah, the word to the offensive, going to be the running backs, is they're going to be wanting to strip the ball. So let's hang on to it. Don't do anything stupid. Don't try to be a hero. Run north and south.
Listening to the band down here in the south end zone. Doing a great job tonight.
I want to say a big hello to a couple of band parents that are really good friends to me, the Stevens. They work the volunteers in the band. Their daughter is the drum major this year. Very proud of her. So thank you, Mr. and Miss Stevens, for your volunteer spirit.
The Raiders will have the ball just shy of the 50-yard line. First and 10, James Clark back in there. He's going to take off and run. He's got a nice lane out to the outside. He's going to be forced out of bounds after about let's call it a 4-yard gain for Clark. Bring up 2nd and 6.
And the clock continues to run. So normally you would say, hey, young man, slide down, but it does not matter.
So he's going to move the ball into Rickard's territory at the 47. Ryan Babis to the near side. Nate Hansen in there as well. Ricky Riley spreading to the near side as well. 2nd and 6 for Navarre at the Rickard's 47. Clark's going to run the pitch play, and it's a bad pitch, but Spence is, I think that's Spence in there running.
Running back ran little.
That would be Gasaway.
Faster than the quarterback.
But that goes on the quarterback stats, unfortunately. A 1-yard loss.
Well, that could have been considered a forward pass, too, the position of the quarterback to the running back.
So bring up 3rd and 7 for Navarre, back at their 49. Actually, back at Rickard's 49. Clark back to pass. Leading the receiver just a little bit too much. I believe that's Jaden Reese on the. Actually, that's Ricky Riley over there as intended receiver. And it's going to bring up 4th and 7.
Normally, you would say with a lead, why are you throwing the ball? It doesn't matter with a running clock.
So even incomplete passes, it's going to keep on running.
It does stop for timeouts, I believe, injuries, and water breaks.
Fourth and 7, they're leaving the offense in. Why not? Clark back to pass. Little screen pass to Gasaway. He's going to get down to the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 3 to Gasaway, and the Raiders will turn it over on downs.
Yes, if that was Mr. Love.
And here comes the rain again.
Here comes the rain again.
Falling on my head like a new emotion.
Is your arm rested?
It is. The umbrella is back out.
You need to set up a contraption.
I'm going to figure out something.
Or bring a beach umbrella.
You got C.J. Hill and Jonathan Brogan here to the near side. As Rickard splits 3 out to the near side, single to the top. And it's going to be a run back to the line of scrimmage, +1 for Laws.
That play did not make the Rickard faithful very happy.
Actually, they're going to spot him at the line of scrimmage. So no gain, 2nd and 10 for Rickards at their own 45-yard line. Trips to the near side, single to the top. Laws the back in the backfield to the left of. And he's going to throw it over the head of his intended receiver down the far sideline. A clock down to 8 minutes already here in the 4th quarter. 3rd and 10.
Approaching 9 o'clock here in Tallahassee, home of the Rattlers, the TCC Hawks.
We got a comment. Nice singing skills, y'all.
And the Florida State
I think you're being a little kind there. 3rd and 10 for Rickards from their own 45. 7:34 on the clock. 37-6 Navarre out on top. On running clock here in the 4th quarter. Winters is going to take off and run. And we may have a
late hit.
No flag. But I think he is going to have enough for the first down, Bob. Nice scamper there by Winters.
Most certainly.
That's going to be a Rickards first down. Down to the Raider 45 of Navarre. Winters going to roll out to his left. He's going to cut back. A nice cutback Now he's going to try to get to the outside for a little bit more yards. And he's going to go out inside the 30.
Normally that would stop the clock, but once again.
Out to the 27, so an 18-yard run by Winters and another Rickards first down.
We have a penalty, personal foul against the home team that will negate.
Was that a dead ball foul, or did it occur
No, it
while
was a live ball.
It was a live ball foul. And they're going to send them back.
The local officials have not been kind to the home team tonight. Well, in the home team.
So I'm going to wipe that 18-yard run off the board. 8th penalty of the night for Rickards. That one another 15-yard variety.
So he's saying that the offensive lineman held a Navarre player down on the ground.
So that's going to move the ball back into Rickards territory, back to the 44. So it'll be 1st and 21.
Don't understand
1st
that
and 26, I should say. His receiver is not doing him much help tonight. That was right in his hands, dropped again. The Raiders have held Rickards to -5 yards passing. Milton 7,
very
Washington
impressive.
7.
Very impressive. I'm sorry?
Milton 7, Washington 7, first half.
Bad
Winters
snap.
are going to just, it doesn't go back to the line of scrimmage, and that should be intentional grounding.
And he wasn't outside the hash marks.
They're just going to call it an incompleted pass. They'll bring up 3rd and 26. Clock down to 4:44 here, 4:42, 4:41, 4:40. I caught up. I'm all out of breath now.
That most definitely was
3rd and 26 for the Rickards Raiders. Winters going to roll out. He's going to find his receiver. A nice gain to Laws inside the 40, all the way down to the 36-yard line. A gain of 19 to Laws. Only the second completion of the night. That one goes to Laws. That one's for 19 yards. They're finally in the positive yardage on passing.
With less than 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Law going to roll out. We're going to have a holding penalty and maybe a clipping as well.
I think you're right. I think it was a clip.
So we're going to bring it back. And while all this is being sorted out, the clock still continues to run. And now we'll turn the ball over to the Raiders of Navarre.
You had a rainy night watching your son play at Miles College. Cold.
Oh, that was the playoff game, but you're talking about the homecoming game his senior year.
Yeah.
The game was supposed to kick off, I believe, at 2:30 in the afternoon. We had 2 lightning delays and 1 rain delay, and we ended up finishing the game at 2:30 in the morning. There was 14,000 people at the game when it started. There was 10 left when the game finished.
And there was 2 of you, 3 of you?
The wife
from
and
the
I.
Hamel?
The wife and I hung it out along with some of the other dedicated Golden Bear fans.
Did the concession stand stay open? Probably not. I'd need some coffee.
Excellent. Thanks, Rosalind. Thanks for the explanation on the play. It's Anthony Gassaway with the carry. He's going to get out of the 45 to the 46-yard line, give him 8 yards on the carry. I wish we did have replay.
Well, you can. Not immediate, but you can watch this game on IrishBillSports.com.
They're going to give him 6 yards on that carry. 2nd and 4 for Navarre. We're down to 3 minutes and running here in the fourth quarter. 37-6 Navarre. Thank you for the great explanation. He said the flag was because that Raiders player was holding down the Navarre player. If you had replay, it was his biggest day. Your cameraman was sitting right on top of the play. It was a good call by the referees. Thanks, Rosalind. Sometimes we can't catch everything, so that's why we like you out there to give us a little bit of feedback.
I've never seen that call, though, Bill.
3rd and 4 for the Navarre Raiders from their 45, down to 2:17 and counting here in the 4th. Clark still in at quarterback. Anthony Gasaway to his right. Nate Hansen here to the near side. And it's going to be a handoff to Gasaway one more time. He's going to get 1 yard up to the 46. Bring up 4th and 3.
Punt the ball away here.
Gardner in to punt for the first time this season.
And this will stop the clock. Timeout.
Timeout.
Rickards?
Seems like we've just been talking constantly for the last, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
We got a timeout here. Rickards calls the timeout with 1:30 to play. 37-6. Navarre out on top. They'll go to 2-1 on the season. Rickards will fall to 0-3. Navarre will be on the road once again next Friday night as they head over to Tate. And you'll be able to watch all the live action here on IrishBillSports.com. Mike Householder will be joining us in the booth next week. He'll be handling all the camera duties. And Bob will just be going back to his lone color analyst duties.
Color analyst. Well, the field is blue. The sky is dark. And the helmets of Rickards are yellow. How about that for color commentating?
That's spot on.
I want to root for the team that has the prettiest jerseys.
That's why he's not the highest paid color analyst in the country, guys.
This is interesting about
Gardner end over end punt.
Nice kick.
It's going to go out of bounds at the 27. It's going to be a 27-yard punt. There's a flag back at the 32-yard line. And by the looks of the Rickards player,
that post-possession or 5 yards. Do you want to take the results of the play or?
Just giving them the ball.
I agree.
The clock's going to keep running either way.
They should stop it here for that explanation. Now that
I just put on my hat and it's like completely sopping. So the clock's basically going to run out. And that will probably be the last play of the game.
The white hat really should give Rickards the extra time.
Once again, as we come to an end of another Raider game, we want to thank all of you out there in the listening audience and viewing audience for tuning in on Friday night, every Friday night. Well, we got a Thursday coming up next month, but catching the Raiders whenever they play, and our Wednesday night show, Irish Bill's Twist on Sports from Culver's in downtown Navarre. And they're going to put 50 seconds back on the clock. And Rickard should get the ball right at the midfield stripe, or Navarre will have one more play. Now, it looks like they're going to keep the offense out on the field.
Well, they call that a 15-yard penalty?
Running into kickers. No, they were at their own 45, so it's only a 5-yard penalty. And that is the 9th penalty of the night against Rickards. Only one against Navarre all night.
And put an asterisk next to that one.
Now we'll start the clock back up there.
Victory formation.
And it will more than likely definitely be the last play of the game. And the victory formation, Hunter Feaster comes in, kneels down on the ball, and the clock is effortlessly running toward triple zeros, which would be the end of this game. A wet game tonight. First ever matchup between these two teams. Navarre will prevail 37-6. And we're going to go right into our post-game play, our post-game
show.
Yeah, you got it. And we're going to do our players of the game. And, wow, this should be pretty quick. And we're gonna get things torn down and get back out on the road and head back towards the panhandle of Florida, because we're over in the Big Bend region right now.
So our 2 wins, we've averaged, oh goodness, 37 and 47. So
44 to 6.5
points. I'll give it up. 13 divided by 2 is 6.5, like you said.
Okay, I'm going to go with my Ian Lockwood player of the game, Hunter Feaster.
Yeah. No doubt.
As he went 9, actually he went 8 of 13 on the night for 138 yards and 3 touchdowns. He's our Ian Lockwood player of the game. Our offensive player of the game, I think, has to go. Well, we can either go to Jaden Reese or we can go to E.J. Love.
Well, I'm leaning E.J. coming back off the injury.
And I'll take your word for that. And E.J. Love is our offensive player of the game. Our defensive player of the game with a 7-yard return for a touchdown goes to Dwayne Clark.
Yep.
Defense played outstanding tonight. And our special teams player of the game, once again, has to be Taylor Gardner.
Yeah, it came in and punted the ball. I don't know if you officially count that as a punt, but you've got, it's nice to have a guy like Taylor Gardner as your backup punter.
Most definitely. So your final score here tonight, it was a rainy night for the most part. It has kind of cleared out a little bit, but I'm not going to say that too loud because we still got to break down.
Yeah, I'd be interested to find out what happened over in Pensacola at the Escambia game. Was it lightning? Was it rain? Good win for Navarre.
Most definitely.
Now the season really begins.
And a very, very quick game. Game that only took 2 hours and 11 minutes. And we'll be back on the road probably by the bottom of the hour.
Yep.
I want to thank all of you once again for logging on to Irish Bill Sports Live on YouTube and irishbillsports.com. We enjoy bringing Navarre football to each and every one of you, wherever you may be, especially on these road trips where the fans just can't get to, and I'm glad that we're able to bring the game to you wherever you're at.
Yeah, if everything works out, we'll be back on the road early in the morning. Anne Marie and the Navarre Raider swim team heads to the Panama City Beach Classic, hosted by Arnold High School. They usually have around 20 to 25 high schools from around the area, weather permitting. So the missus and I are going to hit the road for one of the last long road trips for supporting her. They have a meet at Washington coming up. They have a meet in Destin at the Destin Aquatic Center against Choctaw. So we're proud of all of our Raider teams, Bill, not just football, basketball, volleyball.
The volleyball team
well.
suffered one of their first setbacks of the season last night against Washington. And I want to give my hats off right now, or I would take my hat off. But to Brian Lester, the coverage that he does for not only Navarre football, but all of Navarre sports, and now picking up the extra load of covering Milton and Pace as well. I mean, that man's never at home. And he does an outstanding job covering all of the sports here in the Santa Rosa County area. And he's over here again tonight. We had a chance to run into him before the game, and him and his companion there, Megan. Significant other.
Yeah. But we don't call ours significant others.
No.
Not if we don't want to get hit upside the head with a
we might as well not even go home tonight if we say
right.
that. But thanks again, folks, as we get ready to break down the equipment here at Rickards High. A first meeting ever between these two proud teams. We're going to call it a night. So from Rickards High School, until next Friday night at Tate, may the wind never be at your back. This is Irish Bill signing off.
Good night, Navarre, and God bless.
Godspeed.